I've got to unmute myself. See, this is how you know I'm a little sleepy, because, woo, I'm tired. Anyway, hello everyone. How are you doing? My name is Eman Rimawi-Doster. I am here to do Zen Den, meditate and elevate. I wanted to do it in an outside setting today. So, my wonderful friend Stephanie, who runs Hemp Lab with her partner Manos, uh, let me use it here. I had to take my liner off. Disability justice in real time. Yeah, so I am so glad to be here with you today. It is a beautiful day outside. I am in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, in their back area. Unfortunately, there are a few steps to get up, so I hobble up on my metal legs to get up the steps. And it's not their fault. It was accessible when they moved in, and then the landlord switched it up, which is not cool. Um, so I do invite people who can manage, 4 or 5 steps. And if you can't, there's a ramp to get into the front door to buy the amazing products that they sell here. By the name Hemp Lab, you can tell what it is that they sell here. So also, I need to make sure that I am not only streaming on um, YouTube. It says I'm live. Okay, live on YouTube. And it says I'm live on Instagram. So I just got to make sure I am. Um, so okay, that looks like it's working. All right. No, yeah. This is this is working with technology in real time. Okay. So the purpose of doing this Zen Den, as I wanted to call it, of meditating and elevating, is because I've had a lot of conversations. Oh, right. Did I say about who else I was? That I'm the executive director and founder of Diversity Includes Disability. And we do a number of different things. As you can tell, I have taken a couple of puffs because my left hand, oof, has been killing me. Um, and I was running around all day today. Had a press conference. Oh, see, that's the beauty of being outside. I don't know if y'all can hear the sirens. I hope you can't hear the sirens, but if you do, sorry, it's Brooklyn. It's Greenpoint, but it's still Brooklyn. just, just saying. Um, oh, as a native New Yorker. But in any event, yes, I do a number of different things at this organization. We do leadership and development training for organizations that work with or want to work with folks with disabilities. And then we also do leadership trainings and workshops for folks with disabilities who may not know about like how to advocate for what they are entitled to by law in an office or school or wherever, or if they are not sure about how to even advocate for like mobility devices, because I've met tons of folks who can't do that either, or don't know how to which way to advocate for themselves in a way that like gets them the most for their lives. Like I feel like oftentimes like folks with disabilities, like we're sort of expected to want like the bare minimum, um and like just survive but not actually like thrive or do better, like just like barely making it or whatever. um I don't know, and I feel like that is part of being part of a marginalized group, that you're going to experience things like that are not going to make you want to push for deserving more. And that's that is a workshop or panel that I want to touch on and get into, because I feel like there are a lot of times when we don't think better of ourselves because of certain situations that we've been in our lives. and we don't even recognize that we're doing that in our actions towards ourselves, like with the people that we keep around us or the people that we make relationships with in a long-term way, or whatever the case is, like however you're sort of living your life. It's all a reflection of how you were being before, like when you were growing up, or your influences with your parents, or your siblings, or lack thereof, or your community, or lack thereof, or etc., or lack there and the lack thereof. It's like I should have brought up, you know, on a personal note, and not to get prepared. I go on a lot of different tangents. My bad. But I was gonna bring home a pillow for Will, and I left it in my office. It was a pillow I was using before, and then I got a new pillow for my back and my butt. Um, and I thought, oh, I'll get the pillow next week because I'll be back, but I don't know. Anyway, um, so yeah, we do trainings and workshops for people with disabilities and folks who want to work with us in all kinds of different ways, and also we do a bunch of different art projects. I've been co-hosting a monthly open mic with Level the Curve. Stefan and Eli are awesome folks to work with. And I had a history, had a history. I have a history of running open mics all over the city, all over the place. And I found out that they had done their own open mic a year or two ago. And I ran into Stefan randomly at an event at at El Barrio Art Space, which I'll be at this Saturday if you want to come out to the fifth annual art show at El Barrio Art Space, which is going to have a ton of disabled artists, including your girl right here showing art. And I'll also be there DJing. Um, and I am DJ Meowie Mac, in case you're notice. Now you know. Now you know. And that's going to be my debut. But also, I will be at Secret Pour August 5th DJing at 9 p.m. Um, and so that's part of the organization Diversity Includes Disability, because it shows all the different kinds of things that disabled folks can do. I've also been doing writing workshops for different folks. We're doing a leadership program for disabled leaders 40 and under, who want to build their leadership. I'm doing a DJ class with disabled folks. I'm trying to get together the funds for that. We're doing a number of, and there's panels like the one I did last week, um, with, or was it? Yeah, yeah. It was recently, or it was last week. On black Let's Talk Black and Brown Women, Black and Brown Disabled Women in Our Lives, and it was great, and we had fun with that. And it was an amazing, amazing group of women who I respect and appreciate so much. So yeah, so I really love the entire community that I'm building with the folks I've worked with for years. And this is just another branch of the community and another way for us to create and grow together as disabled folks of all kinds, with all kinds of disabilities, and all kinds of things going on, including meditation, including elevating your mind. So this is one of the things that I want to do regularly. As I was saying earlier, I've been having a lot of talks with people, mostly disabled, some not, and about how their mental health has been struggling a little bit to varying degrees all over the place. And they were looking for different ways to cope, especially when they're dealing with situations where they can't get out of the situation. So, like for example, your boss is saying something like wild as hell to you, and you just like, wait, what? Like, and in the street, you just like, oh, I'm gonna say something, but in that setting, you need to keep your job. You got like your rent to pay. You got like your kids to take care of. Like you got things to do, and you're like, oh, let me not treat you like the person I would treat in the street. And I've been in them situations. So I know y'all been in those too, right? So that means you have to come up with like coping mechanisms to deal with that rage. Now, listen, I'll be the first one to tell you, if you've met me in person, if you've seen me at a press conference, if you've seen me when I'm fired up about something, you know, I I mm, I can get up in there, I get up in my feelings about it. So that means I had to figure out ways to mellow myself out when I'm feeling that rage, because when it comes, and then you're just like, damn, son, like, damn, mm, you know. So I hope that it's, oh, hold on, I gotta, let me, am I, okay. Sorry, I just had to make sure that I was still streaming. All right. Um, yeah, so you have to make sure that you have those moments, or not moments, you have those tools to help you through those moments where you are pissed as hell and you're just like, yo, Jesus better come down right now and like touch me, please, because I'm about to punch a bitch. You know what I mean? I know you've been there before, because a lot of us have been there. And and there are a lot of people who I've been talking to lately who they're very like, they've I never thought that they were that angry or pissed off, because they seem to be so like calm and collected. They're just like, well, I don't have an expressive face, or I don't have like, I'm not a screamer or whatever. And it's just like, damn, I don't know how y'all know I got an expressive face and I am a screamer. Anyway, so I figured out different ways. And so, just a teeny bit of background. The reason not only because of the conversations that I've been having, but also because when I was, I started showing signs of my lupus when I was 14 and a half, or, I was almost 15 when I was showing signs of lupus. And my doctors think it was because my father passed away when I was 14, and that traumatic event caused this like DNA shift, and it was in my body already, and that was the activation that caused it to go beast mode. And then I was having heart attacks when I was 17. So that was that. um and it hit me like a legit ton of bricks. Like, it was like a ton of bricks. I went from being a very healthy, 145, 150. I wasn't on the track team, but I was running track because I just wanted to run and keep in shape myself. Um, Even though I was young, I wanted to keep myself in shape, so I ran and I did weight training and stuff. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks, and then I couldn't do anything, and I went down to 108 pounds, and I looked like death, and they thought I was gonna die, and I was like, "Oh, that's damn, so much for my plans," because I had plans, yeah, I had plans. Um, but then they figured it out that it was lupus right before, like, at like the legit 11th hour, and I was like, "Damn, son, okay." So they threw like a whole bunch of prednisone at me, which is the devil. Oh, prednisone is hardcore. Um, and it caused me to gain a massive amount of weight right back, because steroids will do that to you. And not only do that, but also like with the prednisone, it causes your emotions to go all over the place, and I was jacked up on it, so I really prefer never to be on that crap again. But yeah, so while all that was going on, and so mind you, I was really suffering with it for a few years before I was actually diagnosed. Um, and while I was going through all that, and by no means at all is this me saying that like yoga saved my life, because it has not. But yoga and meditation when I was going through my stuff with my lupus in my younger years really did help me. But it has not cured me. And for the record, yoga and meditation cannot cure you. Like, I can't even tell you. Well, inflation. Maybe back in like the 17s or 18s, I could have, bought a $10 drink. Um, but like, um, I mean, with like the amount of pennies I could have made, with the amount of people who have suggested I do yoga or meditation to cure myself. But I digress. The point is that it does help with stress levels. And it does help to get you into a place, especially if you have to use it quickly and you just have to, like, close your eyes for like 2 or 3 seconds, or not even close your eyes, but breathe deeply, or go into that place mentally, even if your eyes aren't closed, to get you to that place so that you don't kill a bitch. That's key. That's key. Cause I know I'm too cute for jail. I know you too cute for jail. So let's try to stay out of let's try to stay out jail. Mhm. Um I apologize in advance for burping. I know I'm going to. Um but I while I'm here, I got a Cove soda. I will do a commercial for y'all. Do you wanna pay me for doing a Cove soda commercial? You know, it's yummy, this cream soda. And there's zero sugar, which I love. And it's not aspartame as the substitute, which is great. It's got probiotics, which is even greater and good for your body. So, and as someone who's got all these freaking gastro freaking issues with celiac and crap, um, oh my back. Um, I need as many probiotics as I can get. A bitch need them probiotics. Anyway, um, so I wanted to share with y'all the things that I have learned over the years, and then do a practice of, um, you know, meditating and getting into a space. Now, excuse me. I don't think I can play music on this while no, I don't think so. But maybe I can. Oops, no. Um, nah, I don't want to break it. I'm 40, y'all. I mean, I do want to learn like technology, but I don't want to mess it up. Anyway, um, so yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it, and it's too. There's a little well, there's music playing in the store, but it's a little far away. I don't know. We'll see how it is once we get to the meditation portion, and then I can if I can take my headphones off and play it. I don't know if you can even hear it. I'm gonna figure out because I thought StreamYard had a thing where you could add music, because I had music on here before, but I think that's only for when you have multiple people here and I'm here by myself. And maybe they don't think I want to listen to music by myself, but I am so down with listening to music by myself. Anyway, whatever. Um, the point is that you can put some music on, and I do this sometimes when I'm listening to guided meditations with people who are just talking, and not playing music in the background, which is a little strange to me. But it happens. I also didn't know it was gonna be this crowded here today. But it's all good. I love that for you, Stephanie. I love that for you so much. It's all good. So yeah. So when I first started doing my meditation and my yoga, when I started a little when I was 16, and then I fully dived in when I was 17, when I was diagnosed with my lupus. There are so many ants on my I took my leg off because I didn't want another friggin' blister on my leg, but I have to deal with ants. So there's that. It's okay. It's nature. Um, so yeah, I started doing it when I was 17, right after I was diagnosed. Not after I was diagnosed, several months after actually. Because I was a little weak after being in the hospital for oof, 7 weeks, seven, yeah, something like that, 6, 7 weeks. Um, and I went when I went back to my school, Richmond Hill High School in Queens. I was so stunned. Was that my? Am I? Yeah, I think that was. Um, I don't know why that would. Okay, I got distracted by my bad. Um, so my high school, which was Richmond Hill High School in Queens, did I just say that? I might have just said that. Started a yoga and meditation class. And it was just a bunch of us girls. But my doctor, I asked my doctor if I could do that. My rheumatologist, because I'd only been seeing him for a few months. And he was like, keep your activity to a minimum, because you just had 2 heart attacks and you have just went from being 108 pounds to 215 pounds in like no time. And it's a lot. So don't stress yourself. So I was like, all right, all right. So then I asked him about the yoga, and he said, well, that might be a trick, but don't overdo it. And I was like, okay, I will not overdo it. I'll do a little bit of yoga, and that's it. Um, so all right. So I started with a little bit of the yoga, and I would do a lot of the. I would actually do some of the moves, um, just standing or just sitting or laying down. I wouldn't do a lot of the bending and the standing because I still had a lot of like if you so lupus is not an immune disorder. It's like basically your body is like attacking itself constantly in a whole bunch of different ways in a whole bunch of different places. Um, that well, I was busy all day. My Fitbit, 2,000 steps. I mean, I would believe it. I was out all day from a friggin' press conference to the office, then running all over the place on 7th and 8th Avenue trying to find a gate friggin' iPhone charger because all of my iCharger chargers freaking broke this week, like all three of them. My bag one, my side um bedside one, and my office one, all three at the same time. So I'm just like, okay, what? And then I chased this one down, and it was so freaking expensive. I was like, Jesus Christ! And then I ran back to the office, and now I'm here. And the office is huge, so there's a lot of walking. So okay, I believe it. Whatever. My Fitbit's wrong sometimes. Especially when I'm in the house rolling around and it's counting my rolling as steps, which is not. Anyway, whew, tangent. Um, I grew to love yoga. It was very, very, and this was 2001. So there was no YouTube. I couldn't, oof, I couldn't, ow. Okay. I don't know. I was trying to reset my phone, and because Will had an old phone from it, and anyway, let me not get distracted again. Um, so this was 2001 when I was doing the yoga and learning about how to de-stress my body with like deep breathing and all that. And then through that, I learned about meditation. And again, this was 2001. There was no YouTube. There was still AOL and Yahoo search and all that. Um, and so I took myself to my library. Actually, I think at the time my mom drove me to the library. She was being really, really, really nice to me after all the stuff that went down because she didn't exactly believe me. But whatever. Um,
So I think she drove me to the library, and I went there to look up books on meditation and yoga, and I learned about um you know how in like old school times, like super duper duper old school times, there were people who were not only monks and not only folks of all kinds of faiths, like Buddhism, um and folks who study Taoism. They would meditate and they would find their inner peace through meditation and deep self-reflection and deep breathing, and could not only control their bodies that way but control their health, control and some of them went even as far to say they could control sound, like they could hum and lift things and do like control winds and stuff like that. And I was like deeper stuff. I was like, oh, okay, that's all right. That's cool. I can learn how to do that if I meditate. All right. So I thought that was really cool. And as a teenager, so I was like, ooh, and I loved sci-fi. So I was like, you know what? Let me turn myself into a meditating, you know, person who's gonna get to Zen. And you know, it takes time, even still. I just turned 40 in April, and so from 17 to 40, it's it takes time, but I still do enjoy it. And I also realized doing it with, solfeggio beats or binary beats are also incredibly helpful, but also inspiring. When I was in a nursing home for the first time, uh, in Queens, every night I went to sleep listening to solfeggio beats, um, every night, and I listened to them all night, the entire time I was at the nursing home. And there are studies that show that if you play certain tunes in, deep deep in the brain, it does certain things. It triggers certain things. And so folks might not believe it, but you know, my neurologist told me I'd never walk again, and look at me now. Look at me now. No, no, the point is that after 10 months, I was up and walking after being paralyzed from the neck down because my lupus had some kind of weird ass flare up conniption and caused some severe nerve damage out of nowhere. And I was paralyzed from the neck down. And that's why my hands are like that. So that's one of the reasons why I do did and not as often now, but do yoga and meditation because it is very helpful to the stress of the body, especially if you have an autoimmune disorder like lupus, like MS, like fibromyalgia, like rheumatoid arthritis. Those are all autoimmune disorders that are very much triggered by stress. Not to mention long COVID, which is also an autoimmune disorder, which I also have and was also recently diagnosed with. And it and the lupus have been doing patty cake inside my body. It's just like, what we gonna do to we man today? And I'm just like, oh, gee, So it's been fun, and that has prompted me to pick back up my meditation and my yoga, which is slow again, because I'm working a lot. I'm working a lot with the day job and this night job and China. But I am building a wonderful, wonderful group of folks who are gonna be awesome. So yeah, so that's why I did that. That's why I wanted to do this group. For the two reasons. Because one, I've been talking to a lot of folks, mostly disabled folks who are stressed as hell with the everything, everything. They stressed about everything. Um, and also, um, you know, so well, I got distracted. Wow, they got they're stressed out Mostly disabled folks are stressed out about everything. And also there's non-disabled folks. And then there's also the work that I have been doing on myself, with my meditation and my yoga and my stuff. And yeah, so that's why I wanted to do this, because of conversations with folks and my own need for it. But also all of our needs, I feel like this isn't, well, it's not just an American thing, but it is mostly an American thing. We do not care about our mental health here. We do not. Even people working on mental health stuff in the professional field are not. Ooh, did that mosquito get me? Yes, it did. Right on my BK leg. That is the danger of taking off your liner outside in the summer. And I forgot, like I often forget, to put my bug spray on. I forgot. Um, yeah. Well, let's hope I don't get worse now, 'cause I got enough problems. But yeah. Anyway, so ooh, that was another little burp. Well, I might as well take another little sip because um oh, that's good. Probiotics, yo. Um anyway, yeah. So and also another thing that I wanted to mention, in addition to in addition to meditation and yoga, there's also seeking books of all kinds, and you know therapy, and talking to friends and family, if you can, if you have access to them, if you know damn, I got mad mosquito bite suddenly, Jesus. Okay, well, I started this book yesterday, and after I was reading it for like 15 minutes, I had to put it down. This is gonna take me a little while, which is unfortunate because I got it from the library, so I don't know if I can take a little while. But it's called Complex PTSD: From Surviving to Thriving, by Peter Walker. And he's also the author of The Tao of Fully Feeling. Um, and I came across this because I was looking up different things about um, healing from traumatic events, like beyond therapy, beyond meditation and yoga. Like, what else was out there about like books and reading and stuff? Because I read a lot. And I just renewed my library card. Hashtag New York City Libraries, keep them open. So I read a lot, and so I was seeking more books to read, and so I was like, wow, I deal with CPTSD, and what that is complex PTSD, complex post traumatic stress disorder, and it is basically when you've gone through a number of different stressful things, including familial trauma, medical trauma, domestic violence trauma, and I've gone through all three. Um, so yeah. Ooh, I'm a burping. Whoopsie, excuse me. Um, so so I in my journey on self discovery through reading and learning, I was like, oh snap! But I read it, like I said, I read it for like 15 minutes, and it was a lot. It is incredibly heavy. He goes at it immediately. So if you are not prepared to deal with your particular shit, whatever it is, don't read it. You're not ready for it. But if you if and if you're not going to read it right now, if you're not ready for it, just write it down, put it in a little pocket, and take it out when you are. Just for later. It's okay. I've done that so many times. Anytime I find out about something, I just open it up. I put a little note about it, and if I'm ready, great, I read it. If I'm not, I just put a little note, put it on the side, put it on my list of things that I gotta look up later. And when I'm ready, I go do it. That's okay. No shame in that. Do it when you're ready, babe. When you're ready, you know. So yeah, but it is a heavy, heavy, heavy book, and if you are ready for it, dive in. But take your breaks because, like I said, I started it yesterday and I was like, every time I was like, wow, wow, bro. I guess I wasn't, I don't know. I'm ready, but I wasn't like, you know what I mean? You think you're ready, but it's a lot. So, yeah. So, in our quest for all kinds of self reflection, I always encourage people who are ready for it, who have the capacity for it to do it, to go ahead, um, and do it. So yeah. So what I do or what I did was um learned about yoga and meditation in a number of different ways. I've read a ton of books, I've seen a ton of videos. And it's a standard meditation. But when I say standard, I kind of feel messed up when I say that because it doesn't really feel like it's standard per se. It's not a standard type of feeling it brings out in me. You know what I mean? Um, but it is a deep and gentle, reflective, um, calming thing that it does bring out in me. You know. Oh, that tastes good. Hi. Okay. So yeah, when you're meditating, you often go to a place of complete and utter calm. And it doesn't mean that it's necessarily a place that is, like I actually do go to a quiet a forest. I see it in my mind, and that is my go-to place every single time I meditate, which is wild to me because I've been meditating since I was 17 and I just turned 40, and I'm like, "Whoa, it's been the same." And I know exactly what that forest is. It's the forest from that movie Legend, um, with Tom Cruise from 1984. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. And I know the whole thing was fake, but that is the forest that I see. And it is literally like beautiful trees, and like beautiful grass, and you see all like the wishes in the air, and these little purples and pinks and yellows, and the water's flowing, and there's little stones, and you see the birds, and it's so beautiful and peaceful, and I'm like, oh, transport me to that freaking lot in Hollywood so I can lay on that fake ass grass, you know, because that shit looks peaceful AF, yo. Almost at the airport. Whoops. Yeah, so like, go to wherever that place is. And whenever you can get there, even if you go there for like a second. And sometimes I have had to do that during incredibly stressful times. Going to that place, that moment, I see Tom Cruise in my head. He was like 24, 25 or so like that. And it's not about him, it's about that moment in the forest. It's just for the moment. And I'm calm, calm, chill. And so we want to get to that place because sometimes, sometimes it's difficult to get to that place. But you got to get there because remember, We're too cute for jail. Straight up. Straight up. So right now I'm going to do a breathing technique with y'all, and it's going to be a calming breathing technique. I again, I can't necessarily play any music while I'm doing this. But it's okay. Oh wait, maybe I can. Let me see. Hold on, people. Let me do that. I am gonna do that. Um, all right. Now we're gonna do that. And then that. And then that. Extra camera. That. All right. Wait, hold on. I need to do that. Oh, I thought that was gonna do something different. Whoops. Dang it. Okay. Never mind. All right. So, um, I don't think y'all can hear the solfeggios I'm playing on low in my background. Um, but yeah, no, it's okay. I am actually I got a confession, y'all. I'm human. I have not had time with my day job and my night job and this dang class I got coming up with all these other extra. This is why but I am gathering my support to all the things because I want to do all those things in my lupus. Anyway, we are going to get to a quiet, comfortable place. Now, I hope y'all have a more comfortable chair than I do. And next time I do this, I'm going to make sure that I am sitting in a very comfortable place because this seat is a little ouchy on my behind. But that's okay. We're going to make the best. So you're going to get to a comfortable place. You are going to even your breathing. And we're going to start in by breathing in slowly and out. And in and out. And in and out. Now that you're in your calm place, close your eyes and go someplace that makes you feel completely safe. Go somewhere you feel completely at home. Go someplace where you are one. And breathe in and out. And in and
And be in your happy place, no matter what background noise and distractions are going on around you. And breathe in and out. Now, if your happy place, peaceful meadow, or a quiet spa, or your own bed, you go there and feel that peaceful energy seeping through you, keeping you calm. Hmm. Now, you can do this anytime you need. You can take 5 minutes, you can take 5 hours. There are a lot of playlists on YouTube, on SoundCloud, on all the things that you can listen to for free. Um, with a couple of commercials in between. Um, but the subscriptions aren't too much. Um, you can meditate anytime you need. Just breathe deeply and go to your happy, peaceful place. Breathe deeply. Ooh, these mosquitoes are aggressive. And go happy. Go to your happy, peaceful place. Breathe deeply and go to your happy, peaceful place. No matter where your happy place is, you can go there. Ooh, yeah, they see me as dinner. I'm dinner, y'all. They've already gotten mad bites out of me. All right, well, um, we were originally going to do this for 2 whole hours, but I think that was a, y'all know me, Eman Rimawi-Doster, aka Ambitious AF. Um, nothing wrong with that. Um, but yeah, I will come back on another time. If y'all want me to do this again, please let me know. Let me know in the comments. You can do comments on the repost of the stream. And yeah, I am so happy to have been here with y'all, and I really
appreciate each and every one of you. Have a beautiful night. Stay blessed. Stay peaceful. Remember my exercises. Breathe deeply, breathe calmly, go to your happy place even for a moment. It's more important than going to jail, y'all. It's too cute for jail. And again, thank you so much for coming and spending your time with me. My name is Eman Rimawi-Doster. I am the executive director and founder of Diversity Includes Disability. Please check us out. Please donate. I have a donation link on LinkedIn. I am still setting up more links. Um, and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.